When we're talking about the existential AI threat to Google search, this is what we mean. People being trained on a new type of search, something like this. The browser company has released Arc Search, a new iOS app that takes a user's search query, browses the web, and builds a custom web page to answer the query. Now, you might be familiar with the browser company. They make that Arc browser that some people are absolutely evangelical about. And though technically Arc Search, which at the time of this recording is already number 7 in the App Store for utilities, is just a browser. It's their special Browse For Me button that is the key. Quoting David Pierce in The Verge. A few minutes ago, I opened the new Arc Search app and typed what happened in the Chiefs game. That game, the AFC Championship, had just wrapped up. Normally, I'd Google it, click on a few links, and read about the game that way. But in Arc Search, I typed the query and tapped the Browse For Me button instead. Arc Search, the new iOS app from the browser company, which has been working on a browser called Arc for the last few years, went to work. It scoured the web, reading 6 pages, it told me, from Twitter to The Guardian to USA Today, and returned a bunch of information a few seconds later. I got the headline, Chiefs win. I got the final score, the key play, a notable event that also just said the Chiefs won, a note about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, a bunch of related links, and some more bullet points about the game. Basically, instead of returning a bunch of search queries about the Chiefs game, Arc Search built me a web page about it. And somewhere in there is the browser company's big idea about the future of web browsers, that a browser, a search engine, an AI chatbot, and a website aren't different things. They're all just parts of an internet information finder, and they might as well exist inside the same app, end quote. In other words, it's not quite what folks are going for with GPTs or with Bard, say. It's not a bot that just gives you the answer to your question, but it is a bot that goes through and essentially clicks on the 10 blue links of traditional Google search, reads all the web pages for you, and comes back with a summary. TechCrunch, for example, queried how to make a perfect poached egg. Not only did they get the steps, they also got pictures, links to YouTube videos. Mac Rumors asked how to change a tire. I asked if Gene Hackman had retired from acting. It told me what Gene has been up to these past few years. I asked for the best performing stocks of the S&P 500 in 2023, and it queried the likely places like Yahoo Finance. And I'm sure if I had clicked through on a link, I could have gotten to a page where somebody had listed this neatly in a table or something, but I didn't have to. This is sort of what we were talking about this weekend with our conversation with Baratunde Thurston. I'm not saying Google couldn't do something similar and probably will eventually, but that's the point. The idea of the web being this universe of bespoke links and pages that we have to curate ourselves might already be on the way out. As Martin SFP Bryant said on Threads, is it the future of search or is it a novelty that will be ruined by hallucinations? I have a horrible feeling the answer might be both, end quote. If you download this and give it a try, you might come away with the sense that it's just another web browser. Fair enough. But try that search icon down at the bottom and be sure to hit the Browse For Me button because that's where the action is, the summary web page. Quoting TechCrunch. These pages are great for me to get information at a glance, and I can also use the Dive Deeper section to explore additional links listed for the topic. However, at the moment, I can't share these pages with anyone unless I take a screenshot. If users don't want to use the AI-powered feature, they can just tap on the query to use Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, or Ecosia, whichever you have set as default. Notably, last week, the browser company announced that users can set Perplexity as their default search engine on the Arc's desktop client, but it's not clear if this option will be available for the mobile client. There's also a reader mode for all web pages for easy reading, and you can bookmark the web page as well, but there is no folder system to store these bookmarks. Arc Search browser also archives tabs after one day. This is customizable to save you from tab overload. You can look at your open tabs through the tab switcher on the bottom bar, or you can swipe and hold from the left edge of the screen, end quote. Quite frankly, the IP and legal implications of this are staggering, and I would expect a major controversy about this to flare up soon. As Anil Dash said on Threads, all the various search engines and AI assistants moving towards consuming our websites, forming summaries of the most valuable content while introducing various degrees of inaccuracy, and stopping users from being able to visit or form a relationship with our sites, sometimes not even having a link to or even knowing the name of the site that actually answered the question, is deeply destructive, end quote.